Good afternoon. This is the average Albertan here with another edition of the Callout. It's a beautiful Friday here in Alberta. Sun shining, birds are chirping. I'm out standing in my field. Little farmer humor there. Some of you might get that, some of you might not. Anyways, first of all, I would like to call out Mr. Jegmeet Singh. Now, he is only one of many of our elected officials that are choosing to politicize what happened in London, Ontario a few days ago. Mr. Singh, and I quote, "Canada is a place of racism and Muslims don't feel safe here. Right now in Canada, people are wondering if they can walk out their door without the fear of being run over." I'm sorry, but Mr. Singh, you're a complete fucking idiot. You have no business standing up in our parliamentary proceedings and preaching about how Canada is a racist place, that Canada needs to somehow be fixed, be torn apart and repaired in your vision of what it should be. Canada is, by all accounts, the least racist place on the planet. Okay? Until this incident, which we have no idea if this Veltman kid, who now the media has come out and admitted that this kid had pre-existing conditions, all sorts of mental issues, estranged from his family, isolated, just an ever-evolving list of mental problems, and he was known to police. In fact, he even called the police and told them what he was about to do. Now, the police have said that they believe that this was racially motivated, even though they won't share with the media or anyone as to how they've determined that. This kid has no online presence. There's really nothing to be known at this time. So why is this immediately an act of terrorism? And why are Muslims not feeling safe in Canada, according to Jegmeet Singh? I'll give you some facts. In recent history, that I guess would be the last 25, 30 years, I looked back and I couldn't find any attacks on people because of their faith being Muslim in Canada, other than the shooting in Quebec in 2018, where 6 people were killed, which was terrible. It was a tragedy. I'm not going to deny that. And now this incident in London, Ontario. So I would hazard a guess that people of Muslim faith probably feel a lot safer here in Canada than where they came from. I'm going to hazard a guess that most of these people came to Canada because it was a better place than where they came from. They came here because where they lived, they were probably afraid, whether it was for their lives, their children's future, because they were in a state of war, because they were being discriminated against. The list goes on and on and on. People come to Canada because it is a good place. So people like Jegmeet Singh that stand up on their soapbox, that have never had to endure any sort of hardship in their lives, need to shut their fucking mouths. I apologize for the profanity, but that's what needs to happen. We have to stop listening to fanatics like Jegmeet Singh that are creating division in this country, that are creating hatred in this country. It is people like him that are the racists. They are the ones wanting terrible things for Canada, okay? Let's just remember that. Political motives, using a tragedy like this as a political motive is the most disgusting thing you could possibly do as a human being. Oh, that man is just, there's no end of frustration. And I should also mention, I mean, not that I'm coming from a place of hatred towards anyone, but it should be mentioned that in Canada in the last few years, there have been attacks by Muslims on the general Canadian population. So let's not forget that this door does go both ways. There is going to be some level of hatred in any nation when you bring two ideologies together that don't necessarily agree with each other. The vast majority of us are good, understanding people from both faiths, but you're going to have the odd issue, the odd clash. So in, I believe it was 2017, there was a Muslim man that they believed was operating with terrorist intent that ran over 4 people in Edmonton and then stabbed a police officer. And then in Toronto, there was the Danforth incident where there was a Muslim man believed to be operating with terrorist intentions that shot 13 people in the middle of the day, killing 3. So what are we doing here? We're taking something that we don't know the details of, immediately calling it a terrorist attack, immediately trying to create division. But wait, we need to stop this from happening ever again, Jegmeet says. We need to ensure that no one is indoctrinated online ever again. You get that? You see what he said there? That is C10 going to get rammed right down our throats. That is the whole reason for the politicization of this horrible event, so that they can pass their internet regulation bill. And so Mr. Stephen Guilbeault can hand over what you see, what you're allowed to post, what you're allowed to listen to the CRTC. That's how this all ties together, people. Jegmeet Singh doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. Let's make that real clear. He cares about his pants and his socks and his frickin' turban and how well he matches Justin. That's what he cares about, not about Canadians. Moving on. This is a person that I used to have respect for. She is a federal MP. Her name is Michelle Rempel. I would like to call you out. You have lost your bloody mind, lady. In a response to a question to her on Twitter, again accusing Canada of being a racist place, just complete and utter bullshit, she replied, and I will read this word for word. I humble myself and ask forgiveness and seek to make things right. I have privilege. I am cis. I am straight. I am white. But I am also a woman who works in a system dominated by male whiteness. What? Pardon? I have no idea what she just said. So I had to look this up. I had no idea what cis meant. Maybe I'm the moron, but cis apparently means heterosexual. I don't know why she couldn't just say hetero or heterosexual, or I prefer to be able to procreate, so I chose a mate that I can do that with. There's no reason to apologize for being a straight white woman. And then to go on and say that you work in an environment that's been dominated by male whiteness. Lady, there is currently 100 female MPs right now in Ottawa. 100. That's over, well, not over, that is 30% of all MPs are female. So I suppose the word dominated by would have some use in that situation, because there is a ratio that is not 50%. However, 30% is pretty damn good. And then we can't dismiss the fact that women have held nearly every high-level position that's available in Canada. Whether it's political, whether it's on the corporate side, whether it's in science, women have the best opportunity in Canada than anywhere in the world to succeed. And I encourage that. And I hope that my daughter will have these same abilities, these same opportunities. But apologizing for what you are isn't going to better the future for anyone. So I hope you pull your head out of your ass. But I also learned that she doesn't even live in Canada anymore. So I think maybe she's kind of given up. She lives in Oklahoma now, apparently. I don't know. This is really frustrating when there was people that were part of the Conservative Party that we've been raised to respect, and we've hoped that they would try to improve Canada, or try to maintain what Canada was built on, instead of joining this wokeism cancellation culture where we have to completely destroy everything we are because we're inherently racist and sexist and evil people. It's just simply not true, people. It is just simply not true. Michelle Rempel, I don't know what happened to you, but you are definitely not the person that Nose Hill voted for. Moving on to everyone out there that has shared the hashtag Cancel Canada Day. Here, this is for you. Cancel Canada Day because Canada is a bad place? What? What is wrong with you? What do you want? What's a better place? What place on earth is better than where you live? Tell me that. I want somebody that's listening to this video to tell me where on earth anybody can have the opportunities they do in Canada. Is Canada perfect? No. There's imperfect people in Canada. We have imperfect systems. We've done imperfect things in the past. But that's the past. So instead of continuously beating ourselves to death with a blunt fucking object that is the past, let's move on. Here, I'm sorry. I'm a straight white male and I'm Canadian, so I must have something to apologize for. So there you go. I'm sorry, people. Sorry for working my ass off to provide for my family. Sorry for holding the values close to my heart that this country was built on. The values of hard work and respect. The values of treating your neighbors like they were your family. The values of raising a family to carry on these Canadian values. Let's stop apologizing for who we aren't, and let's start being proud of who we are. We're Canadians. Now, I don't know if Canada can be fixed. The more we go down this path of destruction, I don't see a future for, let's use this label, this old stock Canadian label that they like to put on us. I don't see a future for us with Ottawa. And that breaks my heart to say that, because this country is by far the greatest place on earth. And any American can argue with me if they want, but that's just a fact. There is no place where, regardless of your upbringing, your cultural beliefs, your religious beliefs, your sex, the choices that you've made in life to determine who you're going to be in life, there is no place on earth where you have the opportunities that we have. And you people want to destroy that. Somebody please let me know why. All right. Have a good weekend.